Land at Heathrow had a near miss with a UFO, according to newly released Ministry of Defence files. The captain of the Alitalia flight was so concerned he shouted "Look out" to his co-pilot after seeing a brown missile-shaped object. The unexplained encounter in 1991 is one of several being investigated by the MOD. Another is the account of a US Air Force pilot who was ordered to shoot down a UFO. It was flying over Norwich back in 1957.
Oh, I know now. I know now. I've had more than 50 years to recollect this thing, and I'm going to tell you right now what it was. It was some kind of a space alien craft. I don't know what the hell it is. It was so fast. It was so incredible, and it went at right angles without any momentum of any sort. It was absolutely death-defying. I don't know what the hell it was. But I know when it left, and it was gone for good.
Sky's Ender Brady joins us live from Norfolk tonight. I suppose this is proof, then, Ender, that UFOs do exist.
Well, Martin, Mulder and Scully always told us, didn't they, that the truth was out there somewhere. Who'd have thought the truth would be here, right here in Norwich, East Anglia, of all places. But quite an incredible story. It makes fascinating listening, hearing from the man himself half a century on. He hasn't forgotten what has happened. And just to recap, Milton Torres was a young fighter pilot based at an RAF station in Kent, working for the US Air Force, and he was scrambled one night to get up and to shoot down this UFO that had been hovering over Norwich. But as he got closer, it simply vanished at colossal speed, Mach 10 he estimated, off his radar. And he said he remains to this day convinced that on that night in question, way back in 1957, high above Norwich, he encountered an alien aircraft. He says no one will shake him from that belief. And I have to say, out of all the documents that have been released in the past 24 hours, declassified, his story really does stand out as the most interesting for people who are into UFOs.
Yeah, well, it's great to see you there live in Norfolk this evening, Ender. But I wonder, if we cast the camera up to the skies, what do we see? Anything up there tonight?
We'll take a look, Martin. I have to say, we'll have a great story on our hands if anything goes by right now, but an awful lot of rain. That's all we've got here in East Anglia this evening. But Milton Torres says that on the night in question, he was absolutely convinced, way back in 1957, that alien aircraft had basically visited Norwich, and what they were doing over that area is anyone's guess. But reading online this evening, there are certain experts who are saying that, quite simply, he was someone who was an unwitting participant in a military exercise, and that his superiors had not told him that they were actually using some electronic spyware that would project spoof vehicles onto Soviet radar, and that's what was actually happening way back in 1957. But he was visited the very next day by someone from the US National Security Agency and told never to repeat what he had seen the night before. But Milton Torres, as we heard not so long ago from him live from Florida, he is utterly convinced that on the night in question he did have an alien encounter.
Okay, and stay safe. nationalarchives.gov.uk is the place to look out your research into UFOs. Coming out tonight.